joining us at Microsoft Ignite. I'm Louise Baldwin, Solutions Director at Tamr. I'm very excited to be joined by Gildas Bachelier, VP of Global Processes, Data and Systems, and Supply Management at Sodexo. Gildas is going to talk about how clean data is driving Sodexo's digital transformation efforts, and through partnership with Tamr and Microsoft, how they're achieving outcomes. With that, Gildas, thank you very much for being here.
Thanks, Louise, and hi, everyone.
So looking forward to diving into Sodexo's story. So maybe to start out, could you give us a bit of an overview of Sodexo? What should we all know about the company?
Yeah, so I mean, it's the biggest French employer, okay, with more than 400,000 staff globally in about 60 countries. And we do provide services in mostly three activities, okay? So it's a range of services to large business and public sector. And this includes food and catering services. This includes facilities management services, so which we call on-site services, okay? That's the services we deliver on the site of our clients. And then we've got benefits and rewards for the employee of our clients. And then the third activity is home care services. And then all these solutions, they aim and they improve the quality of life of the people and the community we serve. So that's who we are. In terms of supply management, which is where I sit globally, we purchase about worth of 20 billion euro worth of good we negotiate per year. We've got about 150,000 suppliers globally around the world. And we've got a team of about 1,000, a bit less than 1,000 professional individual in supply management, okay, in purchasing. So yeah, I guess that's what we do and who we are.
Wow, that's incredible breadth. 400,000 employees and the 250,000 suppliers, which I imagine for you becomes a big management challenge when you think about suppliers at that scale. You know, digital transformation projects around data are often led by a real business initiative. You know, was that the case at Sodexo? What was really the business case for driving for clean data?
Yeah, so I mean, the transformation I lead, which is the digital transformation of supply management, is part of a wider supply management transformation that serves our Sodexo strategy. Okay, and so the ambition for the supply management team is the following. We traditionally aim at delivering savings, okay, and that's bottom line. So improve cost, cash, competitiveness, leverage, you know, our global spend. So that's was there, and they're still here, okay. There's still a lot. We speak about inflation. We speak about, you know, this is the basics of supply. You have to do this well, but this is not enough. A second dimension is the top line, which means that we want to bring more value of different offers to our clients and consumers. So how do we co-build with our supplier, with the partners in our market, a solution that's going to bring value, okay? And that's, I think that's the second big transformation we're doing here. So we're moving from transactional purchasing towards more really, you know, value add purchasing, value add to operation to our clients. And then the third one is what I touched about. This is the brand we have, and we need to deliver as per the promise of our brand. So think safety, quality, traceability, risk management, health and well-being, social equity, things about diversity, inclusion of our suppliers, small supplier, women-owned businesses, and obviously there's the sustainability. Okay, I mean, we purchase heaps of services. We have a responsibility in our footprint. Okay, so these three dimensions. So we move from one dimension, focus on bottom line, to the three dimensions. The bottom line is here, and this is what is funding the transformation. But we don't want to, you know, be only on the bottom line side of things. It's not where we will go. It's not where the future is. So that's, you know, that's why it's transformation. You know, it's not only transactional, I guess.
It's a fantastic take. You know, I love how robustly you've come at the business case to really say, you know, the bottom line aspect is there and important, but it's really sort of narrow thinking to only focus on it. To your point, there's so much from a top line perspective, from how you're feeding supply chain lessons back into, you know, customer experience too, of what you're delivering at the end of the day. Really fantastic to kind of hear that multi-step approach. So we know Tamr is helping to tackle the dirty data issue at the moment, but it is a well-known challenge. And I'm sure this isn't your first rodeo of trying to address the data challenge. What have you tried in the past?
Okay, so I shared we are a decentralized organization. I think we are also decentralized purchasing. We've got decentralized purchasing process. So we operate in about 35,000 sites globally, and we've got people doing purchasing decision in each of these sites. Okay, so in each country we've got people that guide them. So we've got supply management people, but even food expert and so on. But still, we've got upstream purchases and we've got downstream purchase from the site people. Then we've got a legacy systems, I guess, like many other companies, and we've got no real structure on data management because of this decentralization of processes and all our legacy data. So there's a need for us to structure minimum these processes, and also we've got an absence of common master data, even within the country. So we don't have visibility at a granular level of the data we need day in, day out. So what we've done is I think it's not the first time we try to fix the problem. Okay, we've been facing this, and I think each of our country is working on this. Okay, but I think it's the first time we do it systematically, globally, and covering most of our data. So when you speak supply, you think product data and supplier data. Okay, that's the two big data sets you want to manage. And I think we're doing this now because technology, and data specifically, has changed, and all of us to do things we were not able to do 10 years ago.
Partnership is so important to you, as you mentioned. What were you looking for in a company, in the tool? Were things like AI important to you?
Yeah. So, I mean, definitely, the short answer is yes. Okay, but let me share more. I think, so we've got these legacies. Okay, we've got all this variety of systems and processes. You could imagine you want to do it you want to replace or upgrade the existing systems, and that's going to take you years. Okay, so you are in a situation and you have to live with this, and transition period will take time. So it's not realistic to say I'm going to replace it all, start from scratch. No way. So I think the AI technology help us move away from a manually configured system that needs to be upstream, that needs to respect the search process or whatever, and then you can ask a machine and learn, ask this machine to learn on how to adapt to all these changes that are happening. Okay, all the countries, all the systems we get. It's except if you want to have an army of people, which never is going to happen, then you need some automation and some intelligence to adapt to these changes. So I think at start it takes time, both approaches, but then the AI, after you train the machine, after it starts working well, way faster, way better. It's you can't compare. So you need this. I think you still need to transform your legacy systems. Okay, so you can't. I'm not looking. There's no magic wand. Okay, it's not like one system is going to kill it all. So I believe in a variety of solution because we can't put first all our eggs in the same basket, but also because we've got so many cases. But clearly, AI help us achieve a lot that is not achievable with people.
I know Sodexo is running Tamr on Microsoft Azure. Why turn to the cloud? What are the benefits of using Tamr and Azure together?
So first, cloud has been a given for Sodexo for almost 10 years. Okay, we move a lot of our solution to the cloud through our partnership with Microsoft, which is one of our large clients. So we had a good, it's a partner, it's a client, it's a supplier. You don't know, it's someone we work with very closely. So that was a given, and everyone knows about this. I think it's for this program of transformation, we had the luxury to get started in the cloud, so you go much faster. It also gives you the opportunity to start small, and if it doesn't work, you kill it. But if it works, you can make it bigger. Okay, and that does not cost you much more. So that's a clear benefit. In terms of Azure and Temer being both, Temer being available on Azure, I mean, we rely so much on Azure that if we had to take a partner that is not connected to, and we have to integrate it, it's a lot of pain and a lot of effort. I would prefer to hand over to you guys, okay? So for us, it's come connected. As I said, we've got a mix and match of solution. And the more you have, the more the integration becomes tricky. So you need to, things that are built in, things that connect already natively, I mean, is always preferred. Because otherwise you're going to create your own problems without delivering anything. So it helps you focus on, delivering value to the business rather than connecting stuff together and trying to see if it works. So it's clearly a plus for us to deliver and for us to go faster and for us to touch many countries and most of our business. So clearly a game changer.
It really is so important what you mentioned, to have that seamless environment where you almost don't need to think about how it's going to work together. The pieces fit, so to speak. And, the best of breed approach to building the tech stack is just so important, I think, when it comes to data management and everything that we kind of discussed around building for the future as well. We started early on, chatting on some of the business ideas around supply management and what good, clean data means for it. Would love to get your take on how you're thinking about, in the more immediate term, what you're focused on in terms of business outcomes, what you're hoping to measure as a result of having this clean data.
So I think, there's short term. Today we're delivering some what we call purchasing intelligence or purchasing analytics, spend analytics, by mastering your data. So it's how much you spend with a granular level of detail with master data coming from various systems. Okay, so you can do it on a country basis and then you sum it on a cross-country level, and then that gives you that view. Okay, but to do so, you have to master your data. So product, supplier. Data, so it thinks about all the SKUs and all the references. We have got millions of them, and to master this, it's not going to only serve this purpose. Okay, that's our first set of projects. We rely on clean data, but once you've done this, there's so much more you can do on it. Okay, you can build on it because you're fixing it the data at source, at base. That then whatever you do when you use it, it's going to benefit from this effort. So for instance, we're working on there's a lot of volume discount we've got from our supplier, and the volume discount is going to change when you get them all at a global level. So if you don't know well how much you spend and the terms and conditions you got, which is of this supplier that got different names, different references, and different affiliates in each of your country, and if you don't map these together and recognize these are the same businesses, you can't reconcile. So there's a clear financial gain here in terms of efficiency and making sure you control your income, basically. Once you've done this, and we're still in the process of doing this, we've done this for 3, 4, 5 countries, we're scaling to more countries. Then the next thing is that there's a cross-country synergies. There's the connection to external partnership. I spoke about these communities, and I spoke about being part of a wider ecosystem. Okay, once you've got clean data, you're going to be trusted for this. Okay, so people are going to want to work with you because it's going to be more efficient, because you're going to exchange data with them. We can clean up data from supplier and send back this data to suppliers. That's fine. For me, it's because we're going to reuse it. They're going to reuse it. Everyone's going to benefit from it. Okay, we don't do it only for ourselves. We do it for the ecosystem we're part of because we want to be part of this. So then it means that clean data gives you a seat at the table, and you can drive changes. You can drive behavior. Okay, so we're big on plant-based meal. Okay, plant-based proteins, but you don't change the market if you're not doing the basics right. And clean data is going to help us do this because we're going to give visibility. We're going to explain what we can do. We're going to exchange the data with third parties. then we can build on it. We've got trust and we can drive the change. So it's enabling many things. So we can join these ecosystems. Obviously, there's also a need to enhance supplier collaboration. Okay, so the way you connect, exchange data. I mean, if your data is not clean, I mean, forget about this. So there are benefits for them, benefits for us, and then there are benefits for clients and consumers. You want traceability. You want to know where this is coming from. You want to know your own carbon footprint. How do you know this? If you don't get clean data, you can't do this. Okay, you've got, I don't know, you want to know which allergen is in which recipe. Same, and then once we've done this, because our consumer base is so big, we serve, like, I think it's 50 million, maybe it's 100 million, but it's 100 million consumer per day. So once we connect our what we purchase and the services we offer with our consumers, then we can even provide market insights. Imagine a world where we will be able to share how many new allergies we've got in Florida, okay? Because we can zoom in the States and we can look at the trend over years, because we serve more, peanut-free or kiwi-free meals, okay, on request. So there's a lot we could do, and then you become a thought leader. You become a recognized company, and that opens doors to growth, to new offers. I can't list them all. Okay, what I'm saying is that we started this journey. We've got good spend analytics. We started to build on it, intelligence on which ingredient and SKU we choose for which client. So you want to move to organic, you want to move to local, you want to move to, 20% of a specific ingredient or specific criteria we've got. We can start doing this now. Okay, we've got use case and we start doing this. But the list of possibilities is endless. So that's it. I guess that's the world of tomorrow. And maybe more on the technology side of things is, I think clean data will open the doors for analytics and AI at scale. We see this algorithm, we see this machine learning becoming better and better. But all this stuff that have poor data to be trained, then the results are very poor. I mean, there's bias, there's results that are very far from the original design because the data set you use or the base data you've got is not clean. So if you want to enter AI at scale, you need this clean data. And that's the plan we've got. We get there, it's a few years plan. I mean, it's not going to be done like this, but that's it. In 2025, we'll bring the company to a place where we can do this. So yeah, I mean, there's so much we can do, I guess.
That's a great note for us to end the session on. Gildas, thank you very much for taking the time with us. It's been a pleasure and really just fun hearing about everything that's happening at Sodexo within supply management. Thank you everyone very much for taking the time to join us at Microsoft Ignite.
Thank you, Louise. Bye-bye.